Welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Maria. I'm so glad you're here. Living in Vienna means that culture often becomes part of everyday life. Sometimes it is an evening at the opera after work, and sometimes an afternoon spent sketching in a museum, and sometimes walking into a music shop that unexpectedly brings back memories from years ago. Over the past few weeks, I experienced all of these moments, and I would like you to take you along. It all began with an evening at the Vienna State Opera. For one special night, the opera opened its doors exclusively for people under the age of 27, giving them the opportunity to experience one of the world's most famous opera houses. After finishing work, I made my way towards the opera, and there were so many young people chatting, taking photographs, and for one moment I thought that a new generation belonged to the Vienna State Opera. No matter how many times I go to the Vienna State Opera, I notice something new. It might be the light reflects off the marble, the details hidden in the ceilings, and the Grand Foyer. It is a place where generations of artists, musicians, and audiences have shared unforgettable evenings for more than a century. Whenever I visit a place, I almost always take my sketchbook with me. So many people ask me why do I sketch instead of taking photographs. And I think the answer is that drawing completely changes the way I experience a place. Instead of rushing from one beautiful room to another, I slow down and experience the place where I am right now. Somehow those drawings preserve far more better memories than photographs can do. So before the performance began, I stand in front of the Grand Foyer, and there were so many young people around me. And I sketched the golden lamps, and there were so many sculptures that I really wanted to sketch. And I could not stop thinking about Gustav Mahler, who served as the director of the Vienna State Opera at the end of the 19th century. Knowing that one of the greatest composers of all time had walked through the same corridors made the evening more special. It reminded me that this place preserves not only architecture but also stories. That evening performance was Georges Bizet's Carmen. Although I had listened to Carmen many times before, especially recordings with Placido Domingo and Yelena Brapasova, I had never actually seen it performed live. There's something very different about hearing an opera live and hearing it with headphones. There's a big difference. So I really wanted to see it live. And what is the story actually about? Carmen tells the story of a woman who refuses to sacrifice her freedom, and about a man whose love slowly turns into obsession. More than a love story, it is a story about independence, jealousy, and the consequences of trying to possess another person. From the very first notes of the overture, the orchestra was extraordinary, and I was really immersed into that music. And the cast was remarkably young. The singer who was singing Carmen, she was 26 years old. It was really a big coincidence because there were people only under the age of 27, and the singer of Carmen, she was 26. When the performance came to an end, the audience rewarded with a long-standing ovation. And yet, when I left the opera, something was missing. The music had been beautiful, the singing had been exceptional, but despite of all of that, I never completely believed in their relationship with Carmen and Don Jose. The chemistry in between the singers felt distant. It reminded me that great art requires more technical perfection. Whatever it is, opera, cinema, and other performances, what moves us most is not only technique, but the genuine emotion. As I look at the sketch I had made before the performance, I realized that it had captured something the opera itself had not quite managed to give me. It reminded me of the excitement outside the building, the golden light inside the foyer, but it was an experience worth it. And I really want that you go to the Vienna State Opera and to experience, maybe there will be a better performance. A few days later, I returned myself to one of my favorite museums of all time, the Albertina Museum. Whenever I visit a museum, I almost always bring my sketchbook with me. Over the years, drawing has completely changed my life and the way I experience a place. Instead of trying to see every painting in the museum, I slowed down and spent time with just one or two paintings. And that afternoon, the very first artwork was not actually a painting at all, it was a sculpture. The Greek sculpture Melpomene. When I first sat down in front of the sculpture, I did not know anything about her. And this is so great why I love to draw, because there is curiosity. And I looked it up, what is this? And I decided to ask questions. The second artwork that I wanted to sketch is a painting that I almost always return to when I go to the Albertina. It is Oskar Kokoschka's Small Thames Landscape. It was painted in 1926 during his stay in London. The painting captures the city in a way that incredibly feels alive. Rather than focusing on the architectural precision, he seemed far more interested in conveying movement, atmosphere, and emotion. And this painting is also a personal painting because I used to go there with my best friend, and we would always speak about our emotions, what we feel when we see this painting. After leaving the museum, I made one final stop before heading home. Just a short walk away, there is a place that had a really great deal for me when I was really young, and it was the Gramola, one of Vienna's best known classical music shops. Always feels strangely familiar. The shelves are lined with recordings by some of the greatest musicians, conductors, and orchestras in history. When I was a student at the music high school, I used to go there quite often. I would spend ages browsing through the CDs and comparing different recordings and discovering composers. Coming back brought so many memories I had not thought about in years. It's funny how certain places have the ability to preserve parts of our lives. And this is why I love living here in Vienna. Sometimes it was the evening at the opera. There was this beautiful music shop that you also please have to visit, and buying recordings and browsing through the CDs and visiting museums like the Albertina Museum. This is actually the first episode that I hope will become a culture vlog, where I will share with you concerts, museums, and generally parts of Vienna and what it's like to live here. Yeah, and that was it. I hope you enjoyed this cultural video, and I will see you in another video. Bye!